For a long time, the Liberals have been regarded as the natural partner for business, but they've become politically estranged because of policies like the forced breakup of supermarkets and the gas reservation policy. Business says the coalition has to get its act together after the weekend loss and focus on major tax and workplace reforms to boost productivity and living standards. Annie Guest reports.
Traditionally selling itself as better for business and the economy, ahead of Saturday's poll, the coalition copped criticism for lacking a reform agenda. And now it's struggling to reform itself. So where does that leave business?
It's really important that the two major parties are as strong as possible and as coherent as possible around the key challenges that we face as a country.
Innes Willicks is the Chief Executive of the Australian Industry Group.
So it's important that the coalition gets its act together over the next couple of years to develop a coherent policy framework which understands that we have to be both a competitive and a fair country going forward.
Going into the election, the coalition's opposition to Labor's income tax cuts was seen as contrary to its core values. Instead, its promises included a one-off tax offset, a temporary fuel excise cut and tax breaks on various business expenses. Innes Willicks again.
Whoever would have formed government, we need to have policies around areas such as taxation, regulation, energy, innovation, skills and training, which make us fit for purpose as a country.
The coalition has traditionally been seen as having more business-friendly policies. So how worrying is the state it's in?
Well, Australia needs a strong opposition to whoever is in government, and we would hope that the coalition can regroup over time, reassess and then develop a policy agenda which makes it competitive for the next election.
Andrew McKellar is from the Australian Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
We'll be focusing on the agenda with the government, but there are a number of common things that we need to see from any government in the future, to encourage business to invest in Australia. We've got to address red tape. We want to see a more bipartisan approach to energy policy in this next term. And I think on industrial relations reform, making our workplaces more competitive, and equally tax reform has got to be on the agenda at some point.
The Committee for Economic Development agrees, with Chief Economist Cassandra Winzar also wanting the coalition and the government to reduce budget deficits.
So we'll have to pay it back some way. So that's the most likely option there is we'll have to have higher tax rates for future generations, or look at other ways that we raise revenue, but taxes